Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's some serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going out tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going out tonight. Yeah, right. It's going out tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going out tonight. Yeah, right.
Hey, y'all, we're waiting. We're not on the radio yet, so we're coming. Well, hello, 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 hello. All right, we got some feedback today, but I think we are getting it together. I think we are getting it together. If there's anybody who, Paul, do you have your computer turned down? We got a little bit of feedback. Got a little bit of feedback. Mute that, turn the computer all the way down. Welcome to We Got Issues. We are so grateful that you are here. And you know what? Every single day we are here Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation, coming to you out of Detroit and broadcasting all over the world. And this show is called We Got Issues. Why? Because we got issues. Katrina got issues. Chrisette got issues. Sabrina got issues. Gloria got issues.
You talk about your own issues. You don't talk about my issues. You talk about your own issues, okay?
We all got issues, and guess what? We know all each other's issues. We got issues, and so we keep it REAL here. I'm telling you, this is going to be a fun show. Those of you that are on Facebook, you see that it is not perfect attendance today. There are 3 of us. And those of you on the radio, we're missing our girlfriend, Gloria Mayfield Banks, but she ain't missing us, okay? She is somewhere. She will tell you perhaps tomorrow about her experience today, but she is living her best life as only Gloria can. And just follow her on social media. She probably told you everything she's doing and what's going down, okay? Play by play. But we are excited to be here for another great show. It is Winning Wednesday, Wealthy Wednesday, Working Wednesday. What you got going on today, Wednesday? We want to hear from you. Give us a call, 313-778-7600. Share with your girlfriend. Share with your guy friends. Go to the forceoffriendship.com and you can click on the We Got Issues tab and see all the ways that you can watch us. You know, with my brand new car, it has iHeartRadio right in there. So I can tune right in, even though I'm in the Bay Area, California, I can tune in to We Got Issues right on iHeartRadio. So there's just no excuse. Every day we are here Monday through Friday, and we want you to listen in. But give us a call today. We have a great guest who is a longtime friend of the girlfriends, and I believe it was Sabrina who hosted him on the show on a day that I wasn't on, and I had to go back and watch that doggone show 2-3 times, and go straight to Amazon, straight to the health food store, and order all kinds of supplements. We are talking with health and wellness coach Paul Ritter. He is a fan favorite, and honestly, everyone is going to love this show. Today we're going to check in with the girlfriends, and honestly, I am excited that Paul is on, and Paul does not have a problem talking, because I've shared with the radio audience that I have tested COVID positive, and so literally I can only talk for so long without a cough, right? The symptoms have been very mild. And those of you that have been tuned into the show know that the girlfriends, we are vaccinated. We have chosen to get boosted we have been very COVID conscious, and we have been extremely, extremely, all of us cautious. And it just seems as if, even in this day and time, being extremely cautious, that it has not, it has visited our home. And so I don't wish that on anyone, but I am so grateful for super mild symptoms. And when I went to the doctor, he said that there's more COVID now than ever has been in the history of in the entire pandemic, but it's just not talked about as much because people are not passed out the way that they were before. I do want to say this because my girlfriend, sometimes she's messy, but yesterday she really was covering me, saying, "You talk about you COVID positive yesterday, and you talking about you voted." And Gloria was the one who said you went to vote. And I wanted to interrupt her, but it wasn't my show. I did not go to the voting booth. There's something called vote by mail. And when I tell you, I am so conscious, like I'm talking about get a glove and write on the thing, because you have to think about it. That ballot would be covered with COVID, and then here comes the mail carrier. And so really, really conscious. And that's why, talking about voting rights, that's why we need to make sure we allow people to have those options and vote. And I'll say this one other thing. I'm excited. I know we'll talk a little bit more about it, because we do have the health coach, and I'm excited for Paul to share how we walk through this time. But we are having work done in our home. And so I immediately called everyone and said, you can't come. This is what we've got going on. And there were some workers that elected not to come. But the interesting thing was, because we have an upstairs and a downstairs, the guys working on the floor say, we didn't all had COVID. If you just stay upstairs and we stay downstairs, we're fine with it. The other guy was like, no problem. I mean, because people want work, right? And they lost a lot of work during that time. But it's just so interesting how many people is just becoming, like, for a lot of people, it's just becoming just another cold. But we know that ain't true, because we've lost a lot of people. So I'm checking in with the girlfriends, and then we'll bring in our guy friend Paul. But Lady Chrisette, looking gorgeous today with your Burberry on. Okay. How you doing?
Hey.
Your hair is so long. Okay. I am definitely
I know, right?
Okay.
Well, hey, everybody. I'm excited today, you guys. I'm really excited today because yesterday, I did something that I've been wanting to do for like years. And when I say years, at least 5 years. And it's amazing how time flies. But when the Peloton first came out, I was like, oh, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get it. Then I said, no, I'm going to wait till they get the glitches out, because you don't want to be the first one to get it. Then I was, I'm gonna wait till the price come down. I mean, all of this waiting. But because we have our Get Up and Move challenge with the Force of Friendship, I was like, you know what? I gotta move everything. And you guys, those of you that exercise on a regular basis, that, if you keep doing the same thing, I mean, any kind of movement is great. But if you want to see your body change more and quicker, you absolutely have to switch it up. And I am just definitely a go to the treadmill for cardio. So I said, I'm going to bite the bullet. We're doing this challenge. I'm going to go ahead and get my Peloton. And I'm telling you, the guys came in, they set it up. It took them all of 15, 20 minutes to set it up. And I said, oh, I couldn't wait. I ordered my shoes. And this morning, I was like a child waiting on Christmas. I got up extra early, went down to get on it. But this is the thing, you guys. Learning how to get those shoes on that Peloton, literally,
I didn't want to call the treadmill. So you got the bike.
No, I got the bike. Okay. So I was going to call my niece, and I was like, it's too early. So you would be proud of me. I Googled it, and it showed me how to put the shoe. Because it's not just, regular cycles. You just get on with your gym shoes and you're going. No, this has to click and all of this kind of stuff. But once I got in, I was able to do one of the programs. And when I tell you, this young chick, she was getting it. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm going to get it like her. She had the music going, and it was so much fun. So I'm so excited. And, and let me just say this. I want to thank so many of you have posted on our Instagram page that you are taking the Get Up and Move challenge. You're excited. You have goals that you're setting. And we're just glad to be a part of that, and that you're tagging your friends and you're having accountability partners. Mine is right there with her black cap on. I know she got that cap on because she's been working out, y'all. She's been working out, whether it's during the day, in the afternoon. Girlfriend even worked out at 10 o'clock at night. So Sabrina is not going to be denied. She's not going to be denied. So that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. Again, just super excited to have the girlfriends join us in this Get Up and Move challenge. And we can't wait to check in at the end of the month to see, how you feeling? Did you lose some weight? Are your clothes feeling better? So I'm excited about that. What's up, Bree?
Oh my goodness, you girls have said it all. I don't have nothing else to say other than I'm moving every day and I'm excited about it. Katrina, I'm loving that black and white. Yes, yes, yes. Chrisette, I'm loving your black and Burberry. We're kind of coordinated today. But I tell you what, this moving makes your hair do something. And I've worn more hats this week. I do go get my hair did tomorrow, but I need some braids for this working out every day. It's, trying to be cute for Zoom meetings and all that. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. But I feel good. I feel strong. I've seen some definition in my arms. And so that is exciting. I worked a new machine today in the gym. So I'm feeling good. Let's bring Paul Ritter in because now he's going to get our eating right. We got the exercising going. Now we got to stop feeding our mouth what we want to feed it. And then we'll really see a difference, okay? So Katrina, let's bring our friend Paul in. Back to you.
I'm telling you, because this is what happened. True confessions, Paul, I'm bringing you in. We had to bring some of the food from downstairs to upstairs. So here goes some Lay's potato chips coming upstairs, okay? OMG. I was like, how am I eating these before Paul comes on? Paul, y'all, is a 16-year veteran of health and wellness consulting. He co-founded Heart, Mind, and Body and became an executive health consultant in 2004. And Paul, isn't this amazing, has personally helped more than 6,000 individuals. Paul, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, my sisters. It is so exciting.
We can't hear you, Paul.
Y'all can't hear me. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can. Can y'all hear me now?
All right, we're waiting on Paul to get his volume together. And
can y'all hear me?
We're excited about having him on today, and we're going to learn.
Hold on, let me
tweak
something. Let me see.
Because they go hand in hand. It ain't nothing like. Hey,
Paul, you have to call the radio show.
Really good workout.
All right, let me call the radio show. Do that again.
And reward yourself. Oh, God. Absolutely. Like I earned this potato chip. Okay.
Let me call back.
Exactly. Well, Paul is getting himself together. Okay, Paul's calling.
And it's gonna almost be time.
You guys,
in a minute.
Okay,
right, so you guys tell us, what is your major challenge? Is it exercising or is it eating? Which of the two is it that keeps you from being your best self?
Almost there, y'all.
There you go, Paul. We hear you.
We can hear you, Paul.
He can't hear us.
We can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right, there we go. What's up? So excited to be back with my sister Sabrina, Chrisette, Gloria in some part of the world. Katrina, how's everybody doing today?
Paul, we are going to a break. And we're going to bring you right back in when we come back. All right?
Okay.
Okay. We'll be right back.
I had to have it.
we are back. We are back. We are back. And I think we got our audio issues fixed. I don't know. The girlfriends, it's a good thing I'm co-host here, Paul. I got my throat coat. You can tell me if this is good or not good. My secret element here. We will see if this coats my throat. But Paul, just take it away. You were introducing yourself. Tell us what is up in your world right now. And then obviously, I definitely want to talk about how do we boost our immune system as it relates to COVID. And we're just going to talk all things health, wealth, recipes, all that good stuff.
Well, really quick, you were introducing me, and I'm going to keep that short so I can give as much information as possible. But yeah, 16 years in the health and wellness field. Briefly got into it because my mom had a heart attack, upon which all of you know who she is. Those of you that don't know, Sabrina, Chrisette, Gloria, we have been together for a long time, way back before all of them were famous. Now y'all are like famous. And so it's just been an exciting time in my life because I knew God put me on this path to really be able to share information. When my mom got sick and then got better, the chiropractor we were working with said, you got to share this with people. You got to teach people how to do this. And I was like, no, that's not what I do. I'm in cosmetics. But God had another plan. And so now 16, almost 17 years in, guys, it's amazing, amazing stories, testimonies. I'll share this with you really quick. And I know last time I was on the show, we talked about information. Today, I want to be more practical in how you implement the information into your lifestyle. Like I heard Chrisette talking about she getting her run on, Sabrina, you getting your Peloton on. So now we're doing an exercise which people jump on very quickly, but many times the hardest part to bring full circle is the eating, whether it's lifestyle, habits, traveling. You know, we're in the summer now, so everybody's coming and going different places. But I'll use this phrase, you have to guard your immune system now like you guard your family. You wouldn't just let anybody in your house. You wouldn't let anybody just talk to your kids any kind of way. Well, you have to treat your body the same way. And so it's so critical. But I just want to share this quick testimony. Young lady, 13 weeks ago, this Saturday, got referred to me with breast cancer, guys, and her breast and lymph nodes. And last Saturday, she's cleared, 12 weeks. They literally cut off and reduced her treatments, reduced her therapies and everything. Wow. Because she really, in 16 years, she was probably the most disciplined on everything that I showed her. And when I tell you, they reduced weeks of treatment, they reduced medication and everything. And so wow. We are excited for her. We're going to be talking about her story more in a couple of weeks. I'll do a quick plug. I'm doing a mini podcast with Jonathan Evans. So in episode 4, which will be coming soon, we will be talking about this young lady. So for all of you, just go to Jonathan Evans' YouTube channel, follow him. He's great in the word, great in ministry. But in a couple of weeks, we'll be dropping episode 4, and we'll be talking about this young lady. But she really probably did 90% of what I share when you're dealing with cancer, and she's doing amazing, doing absolutely amazing. So awesome. I just wanted to put that out there.
Well, tell us what are 3 things we can do immediately that we can do, and maybe 3 things we can stop doing to boost our immune system.
Okay, so here we go, y'all. Here, oh man, you gotta create a plan just to be healthy every day. You have to, in the world that we all grew up in, you just wouldn't throw the products on the table and say, buy it. You're going to let them sample it, let them try it, let them do a whole bunch of things. So, because it's a process, so you have to have a process into being healthy. And so I'll just give you my process every morning. As soon as I wake up every morning, guys, before we do anything else, we're doing a really healthy fruit veggie smoothie. Every single morning. Rain, sleet, snow, shine, hella high water. Now, what's in it? Or better yet, let me tell you what's not in it. There is no whey protein, because whey, I know a lot of you like to use that for protein fillers. Whey protein has dairy. There is no yogurt in it. There is no milk in it. So it's just pure fruits and vegetables to save time. Do frozen fruits and cut up some fresh vegetables. So the vegetables that I tend to use most mornings will be celery, carrot, apple. Um, those would be the fresh vegetables, and then I'll just take some frozen fruit. Now, once again, depending on your personal health, there's some fruits that you need to stay away from. You know, if you're challenged with being diabetic, you need to stay away from bananas because it's too much sugar for you, especially if you're eating them individually. If you're diabetic, you need to stay away from pineapples. Once again, too much sugar. Yeah, it has some antioxidant principles, but those principles are masked because the sugar content is so high. So, and then when it comes to the frozen fruits, just blueberries, blackberries, cherries, strawberries. And then I always put in every morning. I don't know. I think we touched on it last time on the show, but we'll regurgitate it. Magnesium oxide, and this is so critical. So, Katrina has COVID. Part of COVID's traits are inflammation because it doesn't allow you to breathe. Sometimes it causes fatigue. Well, all of that is rooted in inflammation. So that's why it's so important to do the magnesium oxide, because the magnesium oxide is anti-inflammatory. It's also great for digestive issues. You know, I know ladies tend to have digestive issues more than men. You know, as we tend to get a little older, everything don't settle as well on the stomach. You're like, oh, I used to eat that. I ain't have no problem. My girl, I do the magnesium oxide. Now, let me just go back into that again. Magnesium oxide is also critical for heart health. When you get enough magnesium in your body, you cannot have a heart attack or stroke. But here's the kicker. Where do we get magnesium from on our daily palette of food? It comes from all of our dark greens. But how many of us, Chrisette, are eating 5 to 7 helpings of dark greens every day?
Right.
I'm talking about like the dark leafy greens, like our cabbage, kale, chard, bok choy, leeks. We're not doing that. And so the magnesium oxide is super, super critical for inflammation, brain health, heart health, digestive issues, and more importantly, it calms down your nervous system. So it will help you sleep better. And then I put my green superfood in it. Now, the one that I choose to use is Green Magma. It was the first superfood ever created. It's still the most effective. And that's how the morning starts. So once again, if we're just going to do a plan, you got to start your morning that way, because then everything that follows that gets a chance to get broken down properly. And if we have time today, I'll even jump into the proper eating order, which I used to share so many years ago. And someone asked me a question, and now I've been teaching it again. Yeah, Chrisette, you got a question?
Yeah, I actually have 2 questions. The first question is, when you're talking about meal replacements, what's good and what's going to feed your body and feed it with nutrients. And what is your take on people that take whey products, protein powder? Because I can remember when I was working out with my trainer, and we were talking, and he would always say, "No way." Like, and do not take whey. No way.
Do not take it.
So talk about that, because I know a lot of individuals, especially men, take that.
And because whey is based in dairy. And here's we talked about how to start the morning, and that's not necessarily going to be a meal replacement, Chrisette. That's just what I'm doing first, and then I'm still going to have breakfast. That's not a meal replacement. That's just to start the morning to get all the nutrients in the body that we don't necessarily get every day. So, but yeah, because whey is made out of dairy, and dairy breaks up your autoimmune system. Now, I know when we travel for convenience, we will come across a lot of products that dairy-ish or creamy because it's habitual. It's just what we like. I mean, I love macaroni and cheese. I love pizza. But at certain times, you just got to make a conscious decision to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to not do that. But yeah, most protein powders are based in dairy. So the cleanest is hemp, HEMP. Hemp protein is the cleanest protein builder that you can find. Now, hemp is made from a plant. Hemp comes from the earth. Whey does not come from the earth. Whey is manufactured. So, when it comes to just protein powders, the best protein you can get, y'all, now this is going to sound real country and old school, the best protein you can get is some brown rice and some beans. That is your complete protein. I'll give you another food that is full of protein that very few people know about it. Baked sweet potatoes. Baked sweet potatoes have tons of protein. Now, I'm not talking about with the marshmallows for everybody listening on the radio. And
here he comes, Debbie Downer.
He comes, right.
But sweet potatoes are great for protein. Believe it or not, there are tons of vegetables, y'all, that are great for protein. So you don't even have to lean on a protein powder to get your protein source. But so I'll start the morning with the
hold that thought. It is halfway during the show and we are still before breakfast. We're gonna keep on going when we come back from the break. This is good information. Got 3 pages of notes already, and we're getting ready to place some orders. Okay, so we'll be right back. Thanks for joining We Got Issues. Okay, we are back. We are back. And we want to thank all of you for tuning in to We Got Issues. This is a really important show that literally can save your life. The thing about these tips is it's that slight edge. I love that book. The Slight Edge is just things making the changes every single day. It can show up immediately, like you gave some examples of the woman that you're talking about on the podcast, but it also is what shows up years and years down the line from the good healthcare choices. I want to acknowledge um, Gloria Lewis in our chat on Facebook, whose mother was admitted to the hospital with COVID pneumonia or with pneumonia, but hasn't yet been diagnosed, I think you said. So there's just so many that we're praying for. And this is an important conversation. It's a fun conversation, but it's an important conversation. So Paul, I know you're answering Lady Chrisette's question. I also want to know, how large is that drink? Because if that's if that's before breakfast, you can have too much, right? It can be too big and you get too many
generally, I'll give you an example. I try to make it about a cupful.
A solo cup, okay.
A solo cup, and so so let's finish with breakfast, and then I want to jump into COVID tips, and as we build this plan for an everyday way to keep your immune system guarded. It's just like I know Sabrina, you got 3 kids, right, Sabrina? 3. So when they were young, and if they were out with you, you was like a mama bear. Like you saw something coming up, you're like, get away. So you have to be the same way with your immune system, especially with the times that we're living in, y'all. So we'll do that just as a smoothie every morning. Rain, sleet, snow, shine, hell or high water. Even when my wife and I travel, I generally try to get us a smoothie in, because we only get one body. We can't trade it in like a car. And many times we don't put the proper value on our body. You know, we will, watch this. All of us have iPhones. You put a cover on your iPhone to protect it. So you got to cover your autoimmune system every day to protect it. See, we don't think of our body in the same way that we view valuables and different things like that, but we have to, because one, we're just living in a serious time, but secondly, later on down the line, we don't want to have other things pop up. So now we do the smoothie for breakfast. So then following that, I will do generally something hot for breakfast now. For those of you that are listening that want to keep your weight off, or are trying to lose some weight, or just maintain, a great product is Oat Bran. Oat Bran, OATBRAN, and it's by Red Mill. Oat Bran, ladies, is 100% fiber. And this is so critical because fiber is the main ingredient that reverses every major disease in the body. It's not protein. You know, I come across so many people who have trainers. They say, oh, my trainer's telling me eat more protein, eat more this and that. And then when I explain the fallacy of protein, you understand, because we assume the assumption is we get protein from meat, but we don't eat meat raw. So you get no protein from meat. All meat is fat, because this animal. So you're not getting protein, but you are getting fat. And so we have to, it's almost like some things just get passed down generationally and we don't investigate the information. You know, if I could use the company that you guys still work with, everything, you know, the fallacy was Mary Kay wasn't for Black women. Mm-hmm. But there are 4 Black women on this show who have educated and trained thousands of women all over the world that Mary Kay is for women of color. So, you know, the fallacy about certain foods, we just have to break that down. So Oat Bran is great for breakfast. Oat Bran is along the lines of multi-meal, but it's all fiber, guys. It cooks like, Katrina, it cooks in like 5 minutes. And then to jazz it up, I will put in there some lemon, some cinnamon. You can use the brown rice syrup. I know we touched on that last time. It's an alternative version, sugar made from brown rice and water, or you can just use some raw sugar. And then if you want to sprinkle some berries in it, like blueberries or peaches or an apple, it will be so filling, but this doesn't put any weight on you, and it's going to keep your energy high. And so that's morning. So now, as
Paul,
we're creating this lifestyle,
can you say the name of the green? Is it green magma? Someone in the chat said, "Can you just repeat that? What's the green that you
is
add to it?"
green magma, MAGMA. That's how it's spelled, MAGMA. And so then that's the way to get your body operating properly. And I'll make a deal with y'all. If y'all do that for like three days in a row, all of you will text me a message. You will all text me the same message if you do that for 3 days in a row. And
Really?
I almost don't want to say what the message will be, but you will all text me. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna send it on the group chat. I'm gonna tell you what y'all will text me in 3 days. If you just do that for 3 days, you will all, and Gloria included, if she does it, you will all text me the exact same thing by day 3 or day 4. Because it's gonna give you a lot of energy, but it's gonna do something else for your body too. So after breakfast, guys, then it's all depending on your lifestyle. Like I'm out a lot throughout the day. So, but to have a practical step-by-step guide, I just tell people to do this. Focus on 3 to 5 greens a day, however you get it in. 3 to 5 greens a day. So if that's a big green salad, then that would be one source. That's not for 3 to 5 and that's one. Then later on that.
But Paul, if you're doing the magna, whatever, that magna, do you still have to do 3 to 5 greens in addition to that?
Yes, and let me tell you why, Sabrina, because we're so depleted on the back end. See, we're doing all this to catch up. You see what I'm saying? We're not doing this because we on track. We try to do all this to catch up because for years and years and years, most of us don't eat enough greens daily. So now we're trying to catch up, and at the stage of life we're all at, the more greens you eat, the least likely your chance of having arthritis. So see, now we're really trying to jump in that preventive side, like, okay, we do to prevent certain things. So yeah, you still want to have a big green, something for lunch. In addition, like if you want to have some chicken with that, that's fine. And then at night, just try to have 2 more greens, whether it's cabbage, green beans, kale, spinach. But we've got to incorporate more greens, ladies, into our lifestyle because that's the key to health. You have all of these fad diets to come out, so trendy and this and that. Greens are the key to health. Greens.
Okay.
One
of our readers says she's allergic to grass. Is magma green magma okay?
Okay, Gloria. So now and I'm trying not to go to a sidebar, but I'll make sure you have my information, Gloria, because if you're allergic to grass, there's something you're putting in your autoimmune system. There's something you're eating that's causing your autoimmune system to break down. Many times I get that a lot when people have allergies and different things. I mean, I get it all. And once we clean up their eating, the allergies go away. So now I want to jump on some COVID tips, especially for my sister Paul, over there. Yeah.
Before you do, I think we have a caller. Robert, are you on the line?
Oh, we do. Thanks, Chris.
I don't want to cut you off because it's an important question, but we have some feedback in the background. So just if you could summarize your question real quick, and we'll call it. Thank you so much, Robert, for calling in. And keep listening every day. We appreciate your feedback. Go ahead, Paul.
Robert, that was a great question. And so from a holistic approach, once again, everyone has different beliefs, but I definitely, number one, you've got to identify your stress before you can reduce it. You got to identify it. Number two, you've got to find some time for meditation, whether it's prayer or whatever choice of religion you choose to follow. And then number three, as Chrisette and Sabrina were talking about earlier, you've got to find some type of outlet for the stress from a physical standpoint. Now, some people it's Peloton. It may just, depending on your health situation, it may just be walking up and down your sidewalk. It may just be doing some deep breathing. Everyone is in a different place health-wise, but absolutely, from a holistic approach, I would definitely say, number one, identify the stress. And then from there, some meditation, and then some exercise, deep breathing, different things along that line. So now, Katrina, I want to jump into some COVID stuff because when you reached out to me the other day, you said you had. I said, "Oh Lord!" I literally started looking at flights. I was like, "Okay, am I gonna have to go to California to get my sister right? Because we can't be having all of this COVID stuff going on."
Don't make me laugh too hard because I bring the cough on. So yes, Paul, we want to spend the entire the last part. We're going to one more break. And we are just so grateful. Thanks for answering that question, Joanne. The question he asked is about the holistic approach of dealing with stress, health, how all of it relates. And Paul did a great job answering that question. So we're going to talk about COVID specifically and boosting your immune system and whatever else after we come back from this break. Okay, everybody has leaned into this conversation. We are all concerned about our health, our wealth, and we all want to do better. Some people are already there, but I will venture to say that there's not anybody out there who doesn't want to do better. And we know during this time of needing extra, this is the time, kind of like the winter, where you put a bigger coat on, right? So we know our immune system needs even more. And when the doctor said to me, you can 3 months, you're good, and then you can get it again, I'm like, this is not happening. This is not happening. So Paul, can you talk to us about whatever you were going to share about boosting your immune
Yeah, yeah,
system?
yeah. So once again, when it comes to the immune system, many times it's certain things to put in, but it's also certain things to avoid. For anyone out there that has mild, heavy COVID systems, here's your playbook. And now, once again, no one can make you do this, but it has to be a personal choice. No dairy. I mean, you cannot have an ounce of dairy. I mean, not an ounce, because every form of dairy com- compromises your breathing. And everyone that has, whether it's mild COVID or heavy COVID, you have a challenge with oxygen. So it can be no dairy, no time, none. But then also you have to also be conscious of your sugar intake. And when I say sugar intake, I mean if you are someone that likes sweets a little bit, desserts, cookies, cakes, pies, Chrisette, right? um, and if these sweets are not made from scratch and certain ingredients are in them, because all sugar becomes acidic. Acidity tears up your autoimmune system. So, I like cookies, I like brownies, I love lemon cake, but right now, I mean, literally for 2 years, outside of maybe a birthday gathering, I don't touch it because I haven't made it. And so I don't know what's in it, because it's going to be a lot of white flour. It's going to be a lot of white sugar. It's going to be a whole bunch of good frosting, which is a whole bunch of dairy. And to go to Katrina's point earlier, yeah, the COVID numbers are just as high as they were before, because now everybody back out. Everybody got tired of being in. So everyone is back out eating as bad or worse than you did before, because now you can go to all your favorite restaurants again. And so, yeah, the numbers are just as high and there are just as many cases, but, people have been taking shots and boosters. So, the alarm rate isn't as high, but it's still everywhere. Like you said, people walking around like ain't nothing going on. And I'm like, hey, hold on a second. So minimizing those things, but then on the flip side, you have to overindulge in vegetables and fruit. And when I say overindulge, it seems like it's excessive, but if you want your immune system to bounce back, you have to overindulge. So you got to do more apples and berries. You got to do more greens, guys, and you got to eliminate even things. If you got COVID, you got to eliminate meat if you want a quick bounce back.
Katrina, did you hear that?
Because
watch this.
Go ahead. Because meat has fat. Fat turns acidic. Acidity leads to inflammation. See, it all ties in together. Now, what were you getting ready to say, Katrina?
I know, we live in America. Everyone cannot afford organic, but how important is it? Just get some fruits and vegetables however you can. How important is it to invest in organic?
And here's the thing with organic, guys. Now everybody's selling organic everywhere. So it's not that most people can't afford it. It's not, you don't want to make the choice to go to a different store. Part of what the gentleman Robert was talking about was, and I do quite a bit of counseling on this, we have to shift our mental approach to eating and to health. And many times we don't want to do that. We want to take the same habits, but it's a mental discussion, because guess what? When we get upset or happy, we go to a food many times because it's a mental choice. So we have to go ahead.
We want you. we only have about 4 minutes, and I definitely want you to tell people how they can follow you. Someone
Okay.
wants to know, can we season the greens? We need recipes. I know one of the things, if people
Absolutely.
can learn to cook in the amount of time they have, on the budget they have, and have it taste good,
Absolutely.
sometimes you don't
Absolutely.
even tell
So,
your family, just put it out and let them try it.
right. So
So,
you can follow me multiple ways. You can follow me at P Ritter 2355 on Instagram. Uh, and tell all your listeners, feel free to email me and I will send them some recipes. It's pritter2355 at gmail.com. It's Paul Ritter Facebook, Paul Ritter 23 on Twitter, Paul Ritter LinkedIn. And what I will do for you guys, I'm going to send y'all a whole bunch of recipes. I'm going to send y'all in the group chat, I'm going to send y'all a whole bunch of stuff. And however y'all can get it out to y'all audience will be great. I'm going to send y'all just a whole bunch of stuff. And so, but yeah, in simple form, do the drink in the morning, do the oat bran or something else really healthy for breakfast, have a salad and some fish for lunch, have 2 or 3 greens for dinner, and you will be amazed how much better you feel, how your energy will go up. And those for you, and then also, Katrina, for COVID, to stop that cough, sister, you need to be taking this oil of oregano.
I have it
And
right
she
there.
has
Right here,
some.
Paul.
I
Come
got
on,
some
Sabrina. Come on, girl.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you, I know we only got a couple minutes. Do not dilute it. Let me tell you, and now this was empty. You need to fill up this whole, we're on my camera.
I'm
You
going
need
to
to
get
fill
it
up
right
this
now.
whole dropper, Katrina,
Okay,
and do this multiple times a day.
got it.
Whoa.
Because they want you to cough medicine. Here's a cough medicine. Here's a steroid. Here's an inhaler. Here's a this. I'm like,
Watch it. Cough medicine is sugar.
Mm.
Cough medicine is a sugar, y'all. I have not told anyone to take a cough medicine that I've helped from COVID because it's a sugar. It coats. It doesn't cure. So, but yes, for those of you out there that don't know, oil of oregano is unbelievable with stopping the cough. It breaks up the mucus, and it's just antibacterial, antiviral. So I want to make sure that but yes, follow me on Instagram,
Hey,
Twitter,
Paul.
Facebook, LinkedIn. Yes.
Paul, repeat one of our listeners wants you to repeat your email address.
It's pritter 2355 at gmail.com. That's it, right on the screen. Yep.
And when you send us, for everyone who's listening on the radio, when Paul sends us those recipes, we will put them, Dorothy will put them in a Dropbox for us, and we'll post those on our Force of Friendship Facebook. So if you're not following us there, go to the Force of Friendship Facebook and check there a week from now, and he'll get us some good things. Where do you find the oil of oregano, Paul, and the green magma? Where do you order it real quick?
I generally just do it off of Amazon. Unless you are close to a vitamin shop or a health food store, Amazon usually gets it to you in a day.
Okay, for real. This is a masterclass. This is accountability. This is why you want to travel with the girlfriends, Paul. I think you guys, I don't know, maybe we don't want them to come to the resort with us. Okay.
Well, wait.
Honestly,
I will see all y'all in Dallas real soon. Y'all will all be in Dallas in about a month. I will see all y'all.
We need a cooking class. We need a cooking class. Thank you so much. Honestly, Paul, if you didn't benefit anyone, I got a personal 1-hour coaching session today, and I will report back with the results. We're grateful for friends, good friends, and friends that elevate us to another level and keep us there longer. Y'all, tomorrow, another great show. Our girlfriend Gloria will be back. Make sure that you are with us on We Got Issues Monday through Friday, 6 to 7. Thank you. And Caitlin, we appreciate you, our new board operator. Let's give her some love. Great job, Caitlin. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.